Picture this. A gleaming white yacht slices through the turquoise waters off Fisher Island, Florida, its deck populated by people who look far too relaxed for their own good. Now, picture a fleet of Ferraris and Rolls-Royces parked outside a penthouse suite. Their paint jobs so pristine you could probably see your own mounting credit card debt in the reflection. Add to that a man dripping in Cartier jewelry, his wrists heavy with diamond-encrusted watches, holding court in a five-star hotel lobby. This isn't a scene from a Bond villain's fever dream. This was the carefully curated reality of Anthony Gignac. Long before he was Prince Khalid, he was simply Anthony Gignac, a boy born in 1970 in the sprawling, chaotic city of Bogotá, Colombia. Abandoned by his parents, he and his younger brother Daniel spent their formative years navigating the harsh realities of poverty and orphanages. In 1977, a lifeline appeared in the form of adoption. Anthony and his brother were brought to the United States by a middle-class family from Michigan. While other kids were obsessed with baseball cards or comic books, Anthony developed a peculiar fascination with royalty. He devoured books and magazines about the world's monarchies, particularly the House of Saud, with its unimaginable oil wealth and mystique. By the early 1990s, Anthony Gignac's childhood fantasy began to solidify into a full-fledged criminal enterprise. He procured fake diplomatic credentials, business cards bearing the Saudi royal seal, and a wardrobe befitting a man of immense wealth. He studied the mannerisms of Middle Eastern dignitaries, cultivating a slightly aloof, imperious demeanor that people mistook for royal bearing. He would pepper his speech with tidbits about international finance and oil markets, gleaned from voracious reading of financial journals. For nearly 3 decades, Anthony Gignac lived a life that most people can only dream of, funded entirely by deception. He favored places like the Grand Bay Hotel in Miami and the Ritz-Carlton, where he would book the presidential suite for weeks, sometimes months at a time. He hosted lavish dinners where the champagne flowed freely and the bills ran into the tens of thousands of dollars. The hangers-on were an integral part of the illusion. Gignac cultivated a circle of associates, employees, and sycophants who either believed his story or were paid well enough not to question it. Anthony Gignac's reign as a fake prince wasn't a short-lived grift. It was a 30-year career built on audacious lies. One of his most notorious early scams involved American Express. In the 1990s, he convinced the credit card giant he was a Saudi royal, running up over $27,000 on luxury goods before they caught on. His schemes became more ambitious over time. He would create fake companies like Martin Williams International LLC, which he claimed was his private investment vehicle. He once duped a Hong Kong company out of millions by promising to facilitate a deal to sell their shares. By 2017, Anthony Gignac had set his sights on his biggest target yet, Jeffrey Soffer, the billionaire real estate developer and owner of Miami's iconic Fontainebleau Hotel. He claimed he wanted to make a $440 million investment in the famous hotel. The most glaring mistake happened during a business lunch with Soffer's team. When the food arrived, the prince eagerly ordered and ate a dish containing prosciutto, a type of cured ham. For the observant members of Soffer's team, this was a massive red flag. A devout Saudi prince eating pork is about as likely as the Pope ordering a steak on Good Friday. Once Jeffrey Soffer's team became suspicious, they contacted the authorities. The FBI, along with diplomatic security service agents, launched a full-scale investigation into the man calling himself Prince Khalid bin Al Saud. They began with quiet surveillance, tracking Gignac's movements, monitoring his communications. Federal agents, posing as financial consultants and intermediaries, began interacting with Gignac, playing along with his charade. Gignac, blinded by the prospect of a $440 million payday, had no idea that his every move was being watched. In November 2017, federal agents made their move. They arrested Anthony Gignac at a New York airport as he was about to board a flight to London. The trial that followed was a spectacle in itself, laying bare the full extent of Gignac's decades of deception. In 2019, a federal judge handed down the sentence. Anthony Gignac was ordered to serve 18.5 years in prison, a significant term that reflected the scale and duration of his crimes. The story of Anthony Gignac is more than just a tale of a clever con man. It's a deeply revealing commentary on our culture's obsession with wealth and status. In the world of cons, appearances can be everything. Until, of course, they aren't.